Hi everybody, my name's Claire. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to do a straight pour with some fab colours, some greens and some pinks. So amazing contrasting colours. They might mix, they might muddy, they might go brown. It's a risk, but I'm going to try it. But the difference with this piece is I'm going to do lots and lots of little straight pours, lots of cups layered up with paint. I did this piece not so long ago, and I started out with 8 cups of paint, poured them on, tilted them out, but I had so much paint on my canvas, I tilted so much off, I ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just maybe 6, 5.5 of the cups left on the canvas. So I'm going to do it differently. So I'm going to layer, it's going to be a smaller canvas, I'm going to layer up smaller cups, and I think I'm going to put a flow extender on to try and help those puddles to extend, to create a lovely pattern. I also think I might wreck it. I might pour all the puddles on and then do some wrecking in between just to help them to blend it in. I'm not sure, I'm just going to have fun. So let me show you the colours I'm using. So here are the colours. Absolutely love pinks and greens together. As I said, it could make brown. I hope it doesn't, we'll see. So what I'm using, I've got Montmartre magenta, I've got Amsterdam white, I've got Amsterdam greenish blue, which is transparent. I've got Amsterdam quinacridone rose, which is semi-transparent. I've got Pebeo Studio Acrylics iridescent green yellow, and I've got De La Rowney graduate acrylic phthalo turquoise. So they're all in the pots there. What I have done to this one, in fact all of them except for the green and the white, I've added extra white. So this colour here is actually very slightly lighter than this one. This is slightly lighter than this is lighter than this, and this one is slightly lighter than this. And I've simply done that because when paint dries on the canvas, it ends up getting darker. So for example, this one, this colour here is incredibly dark. So when paint dries and it's really dark, it often just looks quite black and you miss the colour a little bit. So my plan, I've just added just a little bit of white so that it just lightens it. So I know that it will darken on the canvas, but I've allowed for that. They're all mixed with PVA glue and water, and I'll put the recipe in the description so I can show you the consistency. They're quite nice and thick, so it's leaving a nice trace, nice mound on a mound. I'll put the recipe down, but I have tweaked it slightly. So this one is very thick because it's iridescent. I will actually add a little bit more water to this. It's still too thick, but the turquoises and the whites, I've ended up adding more paint because they were too thin. So I start off with a ratio, but then I tweak it slightly to get them all about the same consistency. I'm going to layer up my cups. This is the order I've decided to layer them in. I'm going to start with just a hint of white, and then I've mixed up the turquoises, I've mixed up the pinks, and I've also divided the white. So I've now put I've put half of that white in here, so there's some white in the centre. So the canvas I'm using is going to be a 42 by 29 centimetre canvas, so it's quite small. So what I've decided to experiment with is some slightly larger cups and some slightly smaller cups. These are just little tiny yoghurt pots, those little fromage frais pots. These I'm not going to fill all the way up, so I think I'm just going to do one layer of each colour. So I'm going for, there's 10 cups, I'm going for more cups but smaller cups, and I'm just going to see how this paint, how it lasts, just see how much there is. So I don't get too much white in the bottom. I think I'm just going to just add a little bit of the white right on the bottom, just with the stir stick. I just want to see what will happen if I'm adding lots of cups of paint. So I've got lots of puddles and different size puddles. Is that going to have any effect on the result? Right, so that's just a little bit of white in the bottom. And I think I will pour it, but I've got to do it quite carefully because I don't want too much going in. So I've used about half of that turquoise. So this is good. So it means I'm going to get 2 layers of each colour in each cup. So I'm using slightly less paint in these layers of these little cups, and then slightly more in the bigger cups. Ooh. Right, I'm all ready to start pouring onto the canvas. Already, I think again, I've done it again. I've just mixed up too much paint, because these, I think the 5 of these on their own will actually be perfect for this. And then the other 5, I think it's just going to be too much paint again. One option is, so I just use the 5 big ones, or the other option is that I pour on the little ones and some of the big ones. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm going to pour one of the big ones on and see. I'm going to empty the cup and see what happens. So here goes. Wow, these colours are amazing. Let me try and show you that close up. I hope this focuses for you. Just look at that. Those colours are gorgeous. Right, got a new idea. How about I do another, maybe if I did 3 of these big cups and then some little cups. That might work. Let's go again. So these paints are deliberately thick because I'm so worried about getting brown. So that so far they're holding their colours beautifully. I wonder if that's because they're thick. Can you see inside there? Don't know if you can see it. The stripes and the colours are amazing. Right, let's think. I'm going to go with one more big one and then I'm going to add some small ones. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm trying to do these so they're a bit separate. If they touch, it doesn't matter. Isn't it interesting how they all look so different? So this one, it's the turquoise that's really dominating. This one over here, it's more the lime green. This one is more purpley in the middle. So they're layered up in exactly the same way, and yet they come out so different. Right, 3 big puddles, deliberately offset. So I'm going to try a small puddle in the middle. Maybe another small one here. I absolutely love these colours. Oh, I hope they stay like this when I stretch this out. Right, is that enough paint? So I've got 3 big puddles and 3 small puddles. It's feeling quite heavy. What I think I might do is just mix up now some flow extender. So just to pour that around the edge so that these puddles will just glide over it, because I don't want to lose all the detail around the edge of them. I think if I do that, these will stretch out better. I'm going to do that, so I'll be back in just a minute. Just mixed up some white here. You can see it's really runny, so it's still the PVA glue pouring medium and white Amsterdam paint, but I've just added a lot more water, so it's really runny. So all I would do now is just pour that around the edge of these puddles and then spread them out a bit. It just wets the canvas. If the canvas stays dry, because of the friction, it's much more difficult for the paint to spread over the top of the canvas. It just rubs against it and the paint rolls over on itself, so you lose the details from the outside of the puddles. But if you do this, it should just push against it, glide against it, so you don't lose the detail in the same way. So I'm just going to push it so it's touching. So my hands are already messy, but I'm actually going to put gloves on because these colours are quite dark and rich. This will just be so difficult to clean off my hands. So I'll just stop them getting any more messy. Right. Oh, wish me luck, I'm really nervous. I like it how it is. In fact, let me show you close up again. Look at those puddles. Hopefully you can see that. So let's just start having a bit of a tilt around. So I'm going to try and keep all the puddles on the canvas first, and I'm just going to try and get the canvas a bit more covered. So you can see here, you're not losing any of that pink on the edge because it's just pushing against the white. Yeah, I was right not to put any more paint on this canvas, any more puddles, because there's plenty on here. And I had thought about doing some wrecking around the edges, but I think the colours are just so pretty, I don't want to do that. Right, I think I'm going to start coming off over the edges because there's so much paint. I'm moving it around, but what I really need to actually do is get rid of some. So I'd quite like to keep a bit of every puddle on the canvas. So there's 6 puddles. So I just want to see a bit of the 6 at the end. Oh my goodness, I am loving this. I am loving this so much. These colours are amazing. No brown. The iridescent green yellow, there's some areas where that looks slightly brown, but I think it's more of the yellow that's coming out. Right, I have got 6 cups, 6 puddles still on here. Oh my goodness, I think this is one of my favourite ever straight pours. Oh my, I'm just going to leave it. I'm done. Oh my goodness, I absolutely love it. Wow. Wow, right, I'm just going to make sure the edges are all sorted. The edges are fine actually, there's just the corners. This corner here has just missed a tiny bit, so I'm just going to dab the corner with a bit of the paint. Tiny bit missing on this one. And this. Oh yeah, and just a little bit of a dab on that corner. And it is done. Right, I'm going to show you. Can't wait to show you close up. I do think this is my favourite ever straight pour. Because of the colours, because of the composition. I love the fact that I've got the 6 on there still. Normally I don't like an even number, I like an odd number, but it doesn't matter because you've got one massive puddle here, you've got a small one here, small one here. Yeah, you can really see it actually, the big one there, and big one there, and then the smaller. And I think that works really well. I've never done that before, mixing up different size puddles. Look at these lines, they're absolutely amazing. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I find that if I do a painting that I get so excited about, if it's night time, I go to bed and I just can't sleep. Luckily it's not. Luckily it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So it will just make me extra happy and extra excited for the rest of the day. Wow. Even just this bit here, can you see the 3, where's my finger? Here, the 3 different shades of turquoise there. So that's obviously where they're the 2, and then I think you've got the white that's blending there. There's just no brown. It's gorgeous. Oh, I'm so happy. And look how you can see all the colours overlapping each other. One of the turquoisey colours, the deep colours, was a transparent. I wonder if, look, you can see it there. So I think there you've got the white and then you've got the transparent turquoise over the top. So it just gives a paler version of the turquoise. Oh, I hope this dries well. Really hope this dries well. I'll be back once it's dry. I'm absolutely over the moon with this painting. I honestly think it's probably my favourite ever straight pour, and it's purely because of the colours. I just absolutely love the colours. They look very, very blue on this camera, on this phone, but they're actually much more turquoise. So here, if you see that bit, that's actually a really deep turquoise. So everywhere that looks blue, if you just imagine that it's more turquoisey. I also just love the fact that you've got the different size puddles, some bigger, some smaller. I'm definitely going to do more of that, some variation in the size, because I really think that just adds to it. That just the composition of it, the dynamic of it. Look at the bright pink next to the turquoise and the green. I'm just so excited that it didn't muddy, it didn't get brown. It's just really worked. And look at the depth in that. You can see the folds, you can see how the paint fell out of the cup onto the canvas. So, so pretty. Yeah, just the colours, the mixture of colours and the intensity of them together. I'm just so, so happy with it. Yeah, and you can see still the small 1, 2, 3, the small straight pours, and then the large ones, the one there, and then one up there. Yeah, I just didn't think it would turn out like this, so happy. And there, you can see such depth in it. You can almost picture the paint falling out the cup into those lovely layers and folds. Great, let me know what you think. Please give me feedback. Please do leave a comment. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. And do subscribe to my channel. Great, take care everyone. Bye.